Go with Javon Holland, number 8, man. Last year he was number 7, went down one ranking, not because of the play. Definitely not because of his play. I believe it was just because he was not healthy for a full year, mixed with just good free safeties that came out this year. So, it is tough. It is super tough to put a guy, and move him down, especially when he's a ball player. But I would like to see him play for more than 12 games, and hopefully he can prove. And I know he can prove as one of the top safeties in the league. Javon Holland, I mean, underdog, definitely a guy that people didn't see coming in terms of his superstardom, but he really has been huge and a huge impact to the Miami Dolphins team and organization, defense. And he's a guy that you want on your team. You're looking at Javon Holland, 24 years old, 3 years in the league. He's got 1 year, $3.36 million left on his rookie deal. This man definitely needs to get signed. 12 games played, 74 tackles, three forced fumbles, one fumble recovery, one interception for a touchdown, four pass deflections, and four stuffs. He did not play in the playoffs. And yeah, I mean, no accolades, but this is an all pro, Pro Bowl potential kind of safety. So Miami's lucky to have him. And I do believe he is going to be pretty decent for a while, man. So he's still young. He's still going to get better. And, watch out for him and his ranking increase. We got Jaylen Petr, number 7, moved one spot from last year, who was number 8. All pro, made an impact as a rookie. I mean, had a great year. And then you look at this year, still did the same thing. Definitely got better, played more games, was more active. Definitely a huge, huge, huge impact for this Texans defense. And now that they keep getting more reinforcements, I believe he's still going to be impactful. But I feel like he doesn't have to do absolutely everything in terms of putting it all on his shoulders. I think the fact that they have Daniil Hunter with Will Anderson Jr. is going to be insane. I feel like I believe they have Danico Autry as well, what they signed. They have Christian Harris, who's a great middle linebacker. So, I mean, they got pieces there. Corners, Derek Stingley, like they got some pieces, man. Texans definitely will be dangerous. Super Bowl contending team? I do believe so. Maybe one more piece and they could be a true Super Bowl contender, but I still think they can go deep into the playoffs. Jalen Pitre is one of those guys that elevates it. So you're looking at Pitre, 25 years old, 2 years in the league. He's got 2 years, $3.43 million left in his rookie deal. 15 games that he played, 84 tackles, one forced fumble, one fumble recovery, five pass deflections, and 11 stuffs. Against Cleveland and Baltimore, he had nine tackles for one pass deflection and half a stuff. Yeah, huge, huge year again for him. Definitely impactful. Looking forward to seeing what else he can do to bring to the table to this team, and yeah, huge, huge deserving of being here. Number 6 last year, not even ranked. Tyron Matthew. He came back to being the old Tyron, the guy that people hate to play against. The all over the field safety man. Tyron Matthew made his super impactful case with the Saints this past year. I think it's huge for the Saints to have a great defense. I think they've definitely made themselves where they are a defense first team, especially not having a Drew Brees anymore. They've kind of shifted with QBs and all on that. And Derek Carr really isn't that bad. I feel like he's just like he's a game manager for sure. And what I mean by that is not in a disrespectful way, but he is going to win you games based on being smart with the football. If he's not smart with the football and whatnot, they lose games. So it's all based on how he carries the team and how he manages the time clock and all that. So overall, though, I mean, you're looking at Tyron Matthew, man. He's one of the very few safeties that are at his age doing it big time at 32, and I think that he's still able to climb up and being very, very impactful for his team. Look at him, 32 years old, 11 years in the league. He's got 2 years, $13.75 million left in that deal. 17 games played, 75 tackles, four interceptions, one for a touchdown, nine pass deflections, and half a stuff. No Pro Bowl, but he should have been All Pro. I think he's still got potential of that. He's just a guy that you just want on your team. You want to base your secondary with him because he puts the pressure off so much from the corners and the safeties because he's so good at helping them out, man. So good at helping them out. Definitely a huge, huge piece. And I do believe the Saints defense are going to be pretty elite still with all the guys that I have been able to cover on these videos. So Tyron Matthew, very well deserving. For five, we jumped to the top five. Justin Simmons. Last year, he was the third best free safety in the league. He's probably going to move to strong safety because of Jessie Bates the third being there and his new team. First of all, before I get to that, he got released by the Denver because of money issues. I get that. But why did it take him so long to sign a guy of his caliber? Not sure. All I know is that he is a top five free safety in this league, and someone got him, and that somebody is Atlanta, which they definitely made some money moves this offseason, try to get better in their defense, which I think they have. They have a really, really good offense. This is a team that can, and I believe will make a statement, and I think will be in contention to win the division. I mean, they have a good amount of players out there that are pretty good star players. So adding a Justin Simmons to that secondary with a Jessie Bates the third, I think is one of the best tandems in the league. That's going to be crazy to see that. You're looking at Justin Simmons at 30 years old, 6 years in the league, signed a 1 year, $8 million contract with Atlanta. Um, he played 15 games, 70 tackles, one sack, two forced fumbles, one fumble recovery, three interceptions, eight pass deflections, and two and a half stuffs. He got a second team All Pro and a Pro Bowl. Overall, great year for him. Overall, I am super shocked that he didn't get signed earlier, but he did not. So he is in Atlanta, though. I think it's going to be a huge impact for this team, and I'm excited to see what he does for this team. Number four, I got Minka Fitzpatrick. Last year, number two. Um, I do believe that he is hard hitting. He's Pittsburgh's to their heart. Definitely balls out, does everything super well, intangible wise. Is a disruptor for sure. And yeah, Pittsburgh needs a kind of guy like that. I think they're definitely building on bringing back their really extremely hard defense to play against on every Sunday kind of mentality with the people that they signed. Um, Definitely having two pretty good linebackers in Holcomb and Queen. That's going to help out tremendously. I think their corners are definitely getting better. Joey Porter Jr. is definitely going to make himself well known even more. I think the longer he plays, the better he'll get. Minka Fitzpatrick is just that disruptor in the middle of the field, and that's what you want, dude. So Minka, um, yeah, 27 years old, 6 years in the league, 3 years, $47.6 million on the deal. 10 games that he played, 64 tackles, three pass deflections, and four stuffs. Against Buffalo, he had 10 tackles. Pro Bowl, all pro potential for sure. I do believe he can get higher on this list. He just needs to stay healthy. Other than that, I do believe Minka Fitzpatrick is a huge benefit to the Steelers defense. And along with TJ Watt, I do believe he should be a captain of the team as well. Last year, he was the best free safety in the league. It's Budda Baker. Budda Baker is he plays with so much heart, so much tenacity that when you see him hit, I mean he it feels like he's hitting with all of his body, with every inch of his soul, dude. I mean he is he's fast, B, a hard hitter, and three, he really is the captain of the defense. I mean he's the heart and soul of it. They lose him, I feel like they do lose an identity, especially with their defense that are trying to recreate into being a top level defense in the league. But Budda Baker, I don't see him staying. I see him going somewhere where he feels like I can contend. I'm old enough where I played my part. I've done everything. I have put my heart and soul into this Cardinals organization, and we're not really getting anywhere. I need to go somewhere where I can win a Super Bowl, and I do believe he's one of those guys that does deserve that. So, knowing him, I do believe he'll go. But in the meantime, he is a Cardinal. 28 years old, 7 years in the league, 1 year, $14.6 million, 12 games that he played, 87 tackles, and five stuffs. That's all I could have gotten from him this year. I mean, he needs to play a full year. I definitely see his numbers getting even better if he plays a full year. He got a Pro Bowl. I think he really deserves an All Pro type talent. Yes, I believe he'll get an All Pro again. And yes, I do believe he will be leaving the Cardinals and going somewhere else. But as of right now, he's there, and nothing's changed. He's the top three best free safety in the league, no question about it. Got Jessie Bates the third last year, dropped to five. Yeah, overall, I believe that Jessie Bates is extremely talented in terms of what he's able to do. I think him coming to Atlanta was huge. Him and Justin Simmons are going to be one of the top duos in the league. Jessie Bates the third has definitely done his part in being one of the best safeties. He's done everything at such a high level this year. So you're looking at 27 years old, 6 years in the league, 3 years, $41.02 million. Played 17 games. 132 tackles, 3 forced fumbles, 6 interceptions, one for a touchdown, 11 pass deflections, and 7.5 stuffs. He's a Pro Bowler, and he's a second team All Pro. Definitely believes he got snubbed of possibly first team, but you have the number one guy there that I'm going to mention. It's kind of hard to put him there. Overall, though, he had a great year. Definitely excited to see what he does this coming year, especially with the new revamped defense. And yeah, he's a playmaker, exactly everything that you need, and it's a great signing for Atlanta. Free safety in the league. It's Anton Winfield Jr. Last year he was nine. He jumped up so many spots. That's because he killed it this year. Huge part of Tampa Bay's defense being the way they were. Huge part of them being in the playoffs. They got all the way to the divisional. Yes, they lost to the Lions, who was the better, superior team, honestly. But this is a Bucks team that has always had a pretty good defense for a while, even in the Jameis Winston era. So they have developed defenders real nicely in this organization. Antoine Winfield Jr., no question, has balled out, is lights out this past year. Um, a guy that you need to know where he's at, but you also don't know where he's at. He's slippery. He's slippery on his movements. He's slippery on where he's gonna go. You just don't know what he's gonna do. He can blitz you. He can also be over there in the middle of the field. He can surprise you and play kind of like a corner type style play with trying to shut down some receivers. He's great at stopping the run. He's great at you know being that guy that's all over the field. It's almost like he's Ed Reed, man. That's how he was playing this past year. I feel like in terms of being everywhere and people not knowing exactly where he's gonna go, what moves he's gonna do. Antoine Winfield Jr. is a special talent, dude, and he's so young, so he's got so much time to continuously do that and still be the number one free safety in the league. So you're looking at him, 25 years old, 4 years in the league, 4 years, $84.1 million that he signed with Tampa Bay. Very, very well deserved. 17 games played, 122 tackles, 6 sacks, 6 forced fumbles, 4 fumble recoveries, 3 interceptions, 12 pass deflections, and 5.5 stuffs. Crazy. Uh, versus the Eagles and the Rams, he had 5 tackles and 1 pass deflection. He was sixth in Defensive Player of the Year voting, and he was a first team All Pro. Yeah, I see a lot of those still to come. Defensive Player of the Year votings, All Pros, Pro Bowls. I mean, all you name it. I see that in his future. I see that he's going to be a huge impact to the Tampa Bay team, and I'm excited to see what he does this year. I hope that he continues to be healthy, and he continues to showcase to everyone that yes, I am the best at my position, and there's no questions asked. I am the best at what I do, and yeah, he's earned that right to be number one this year.